Hello friends, in this session, just like in the previous session, first we chose a broker. We went in, opened an account, and created a demo trial account. We took the username and password, downloaded MetaTrader, our trading platform, from the broker and set up the username and password on it. And now the MetaTrader environment has loaded for us and is ready so that we can start customizing it a bit. The way we like, we'll get to know its tools, and along with all this, we'll see how we can bring back things we delete and what's going to happen in MetaTrader together. All right, guys. Now here, we're going to close everything we see on the screen once and for all so that we can bring each one back ourselves and see how this mechanism works and how we can get the windows back again. I'll start by closing all these windows, including the currency pair windows that are open. Here, I'm also closing the terminal tab, the navigator tab, and the market watch tab. Okay, now this is a completely blank page, just like a trader's. All right, that's it up to this point. Look, friends, from these tabs that you see up here at the top, all these windows, these tabs that have a handle, we can grab them and place them wherever we want. We put them up here so they don't take up space on our screen. Now, we've placed them at the top to keep things organized. The first point I want to tell you about MetaTrader. Now, let's say we've decided to bring a symbol onto our screen. So what should we do? First, I'll open my market watch. Now, I'll do a delete all here so that I don't have anything showing. Okay, now this is a completely blank screen. For example, let's say we want to select the EUR-USD currency pair. Let's customize its chart and our workspace with it. Or in other words, create a template for it. The first thing we'll do, and I'll also give you the shortcut keys for this at the same time. Guys, it's Control+U, Control+U. This section inside the file menu, up here in the toolbar under view, when we come here, it says Control+U, which means it can show us the symbols. We can come to symbols or symbols and click on the view section. This symbols window opens and we can press the shortcut keys Control and U. This shortcut is for this very symbols window. All right, now we want to get into the Forex section. Forex refers to currency pairs. So the EUR-USD pair means a major currency pair, which is one of the main pairs in this market. We have a number of major currency pairs, minor currency pairs, and other pairs, as well as commodities, CFDs, indices, and so on. All the stocks, commodities, energy, and Forex instruments we want are right here in this symbols section. Everything appears here just like when we press Control+U. We can see them here. The first option is this plus sign next to it and this minus sign next to each one. When we open these and click on them, a window opens. For example, here it shows us our major or main currency pairs. It's very easy. We just look for euro dollar. Here it says USD, which means euro to USD. When we double click on this window next to it that has USD, it turns golden. In this state, we know that euro dollar is selected, so we don't need this page anymore. First, let's close this window. Now, pressing the shortcut key Ctrl+M will open the Market Watch window. We press this. There are two other ways for Ctrl+M as well. I close it with the X. If we go to the View section here, we see that under Symbol, which you can also open with Ctrl+U, it says Market Watch, and next to it, it says the shortcut is Ctrl+M. We click this. This was the second way. The third way is right here on this top bar. Well, this is the option you see. It has two arrows, one green and one red. By clicking on this, our Market Watch will also open. That's it. These were the three ways we could open our Market Watch. We can add it to our system, and here you can see that the EUR-USD symbol has been added. Now, for example, I want to add those three global indices. So I can press Ctrl+U, close our major Forex, and go to the section, okay, where are the indices? For example, they're in spot. I open it, I see gold. There's both gold to euro and gold to dollar XAUUSD. I double click on it. You see, it was added here. So that's our gold. Now, I want to have the euro dollar window on my MetaTrader screen. What I do is right click. On this page, the second option says chart window, which means displaying this chart in the window. I select the second option and the euro dollar window appears. The chart opens here for me, and I use this option to maximize this window. And I can close the Market Watch if I don't need it, so that my entire screen can show the euro dollar chart, so I can see it completely. One of the windows we closed was the pair trading window, and another one we closed was the market watch window. We also have another window called the terminal window. How can we open it? I go to the view menu, then to terminal, or we can use the shortcut key Control+T to bring up our terminal. Now, what do we have in the terminal? We'll talk about each part of it one by one. For now, let's close it, and let's also close our market watch for now. Later on, we'll go into detail about it and talk about each of its options. Right now, we just wanted to have the euro-dollar chart fully in front of us. But what we're seeing now is a green chart in the background. It's black with lots of white grids, and we can't really get anything out of this. All we can understand from here is this much. We understand that this chart is based on an axis, where the horizontal axis is time and the vertical axis is price. And as we discussed in previous sessions, this price is the exchange rate difference between the euro and the dollar. All right, now we want to personalize this chart for ourselves. In the way that we usually like to do it, it is actually very simple. First, we just right-click on the item, then we go down to select properties. And the very first option that we are going to see right here is located within the color settings section. For example, for the background color, we can choose a white background for our chart. The second option is the color of the text on the chart, meaning the price and so on. When we do that, we set its color to black. Grid refers to the price lines and such. We usually leave it as it is. Bar up, which is the color for bullish candles, we leave that as well. What do we do for our bullish shadows? Have we decided? Now we've decided to consider our bullish candles as white and our bearish candles as black. Okay? So for these options, meaning the shadows edges, we set all of them to black. Bull candles, meaning our bullish candles, are white, and bear candles are bearish candles. We go into the comment section, set the mode, and put it here. The display mode of this chart is set to candlestick, right? And from here, we uncheck the show grid option and check the show as line option. Guys, this show as line is the same as the price line that's currently on the screen. It's our bid line. This show ask line is the ask line. We talked about the spread, which is the difference between the ask and bid. Here, we need to activate our ask line ourselves. Okay, so here, when we click OK, let's give the market a moment to load. We can clearly see that there are some bullish candles, which we see in white, and some bearish candles, which we see in black. If you look closely, this market is really stuck to the end of the chart. We want to scroll the market. Pay attention to these two scroll options. It says Shift End Chart from Right Border, meaning it moves a bit to the left. We want to shift this to free up the right side, and it brings up an option at the top that lets us do that. This way, we can shift our chart backward if we want to do some analysis. So we can see the future of the market, and we can shift it forward in front of us. Okay, now we've shifted the market, set it aside, and created this template so that we don't have to do it every time. All these color settings, all the settings for our grid, for our trend line, and so on. All the work we've done, if we don't want to repeat it again, it's enough to just save these settings once and for all, guys. Now let's see how to save our template. We right-click once again and go to the option. Template, and then click on the Save Template section. That means all the changes that happened here, it asks me to save them. Under what name should I save it? We'll name this template Farjam and save it. Okay, now I want to go into my watch list, my market watch, and see if that, the three tickers that I added earlier, I want to bring up their charts too, so I need to press Control+M. My market watch turns on the instrument XAUUSD, which is global gold. We talked about your symbol and how to read these. We right-click and select Chart Window. That means it opens a new page. Look, guys, when we open the chart window, now we have two windows here. The previous one was euro to dollar, and this is the new one. Gold is now open, and it says gold spot. So now we have two windows side by side. We can close the market watch there. We don't need to go to that page anymore. We don't need to redo all those settings from the beginning. All you need to do is right-click, go to the template section, and here in the templates, select the template you had saved under any name. Now we've chosen, for example, Farjam as a template, and we run this template. You see, just like that, all the settings we applied to the previous chart have now been applied to this chart as well. This automatic process is called creating a template or customizing the MetaTrader environment. Well, now some people like to make their background darker, and some, for example, we want our background to be black. We want our bullish candles to be green and our bearish candles to be red. Okay, that's perfectly fine. We can use a dark mode template either for those who are bothered by white light or for those who want to see the screen in black. It's settings. We do it once to see what we're doing, we right click. Again, we go to the template section here where we clicked on end, we have this template. If we want to change the settings or create a new template, right click, then properties. Okay, this time we want to make the background dark, so we choose black for the background. We select it, we select white for the borderlines, and for the edges of the candles as well. If we want the bullish and bearish candles to have their own respective colors, these are for the candle shadows as well. The same applies the shadows which we talked about earlier. Okay, for the bullish candles, we decided to choose green. Now, there are different shades of green. We're going to use the main green color, which we know here as green. Here it is, this is green. So from here, for our bullish candles, which are also called bull candles, we need to select green. Now for the bearish candles, first we select the red color for the shadow itself, and then here, for the body of the bear candle, we also make our bearish candle red. Now if we click OK, this becomes our black or dark mode template. If we want to save this template, for example, we right click on the template, go to the Save Template section, and here we give it a name. For instance, Farjam 2. So we understand that Farjam is our white template and Farjam 2 is our dark template. Now let's go to our USD, right click and select template. If we select Farjam 2, our entire customized environment switches to dark mode. The background is black, our bullish candles are green, and our bearish candles are red. If we right click and select the original Farjam template, the one without a number next to it, it will show us our light page and the background will turn white. The bullish candles are white and our bearish candles are black. So with what we just did in this chart, we've learned this. By pressing Ctrl Blaju or bringing up the symbol, we can select the symbol we want. When this symbol is selected, where does it go? It appears in our Market Watch, and from inside Market Watch, when we right click, we can open its chart window. This new window is added down here for us, and after that, we proceeded. We customized our chart so that we could work with it the way we like. What did we do? We changed our background. We removed the extra grid lines from our chart, changed the color of our candles, and got started. We changed the colors of the price lines and the numbers on the price and time axes. We changed the colors of the elements it had and created two templates, one with a background. A white background with bullish candles in white and bearish candles in black, and another template with a background. A black background with bullish candles in green and bearish candles in red, and we applied them to our chart. Dear friends and enthusiasts, anyone with any color or method they are comfortable with can use the same approach to choose a background color for themselves. They can select a color for bullish candles and a color for bearish candles so that it displays the way they want. And most importantly, we went ahead and selected the candlestick option so that the chart is displayed to us in candlestick form. Okay, so we've done this much up to this point. Now it's time for us to get a bit more familiar with the MetaTrader environment itself. Look friends, this window up here, these tools you see at the top, if we want to introduce them to you, the first option says create new chart. It means if you want to have a new chart for euro, dollar or gold, those that we have in our Market Watch, which is here, you can do that. We can use this shortcut instead of going and clicking close or cross chart windows. We can use the shortcut. Let's say, okay, I have a euro dollar chart with a white background, but I want another euro dollar chart. I want to put the indicator on it so that I have a dark background. So here, next to each other, one euro dollar chart with a white background and another euro dollar chart, for example, with a dark background. If I need it, I can have it. The second option shows my profile where I can check which method I have, what approach I'm working with. Right now we're in the default mode. We can open a set of charts here and save them as a profile, which we'll talk about in detail when the time comes. The next option is our Market Watch, which, as we said, when we click on it, it shows up here. We have selected which stocks and commodity symbols we want to have at hand. The next option is the data window option, marked with an O. The next option is the data window option, which when we click on it, its shortcut key is Ctrl+D. Wherever we stand on the chart, for example, right now, when we only have the candlesticks, it only shows us, it tells us the current time, displays the date, and shows the open, high, low, close, and trading volume. It shows us this information for the selected candlestick, and as we move our mouse and hover over any candlestick, we can see all this information in the data window. Later on, when we get to indicators and oscillators, anything you have running here, when you hover over it, you can see its details in the data window. For example, you can find out what price the MACD is at right now, or the RSI, and all the specific information for the exact point where you're standing. We'll get to know how to use this in more detail later. The next option is the navigator, which you can open with Ctrl+N. It's the shortcut key. We can press it, and it will show us which broker account we've opened in the navigator. We can also see which account is active and view our indicators here, the indicators we have, and we can activate them from here as well. If we have any expert advisors, we can manage them using this section either through the control panel or the navigator. The next option is the terminal key. We said that we can access the terminal in 3 ways. One is by selecting this option. Another way is by pressing Ctrl+T, and another option is to go to the View menu, select Terminal, and open it from there. That terminal is viewed through View, and we'll discuss the terminal, its topics, and its windows in detail there. The next option is New Order. New Order means placing a new order. Whenever we want to place an order in the system, whether to buy or sell, or even if we want to once place a custom order, what's called a pending order in the market, you need to click on the New Order button. This window will open. We'll go through each of these topics one by one together, explaining where the volume is, where the symbol is, and so on. The stop, take profit, and comment that we want to set on that trade, and the sell or buy button. All of these will be fully explained. We'll talk about this in the order placement section. For now, we're just getting familiar with the general interface of MetaTrader. The next option in this section is MetaQuotes Language Editor, which is for those who want to add an expert advisor to the market. Those who want to write expert advisors or do anything to make their trades smarter, use this option. In the auto trading option, often when you want to activate your expert advisor and get results from it, you need to have auto trading enabled. Here in this specific section, we can clearly see a window that displays 3 different chart display modes for us to choose from within this panel. The very first option available is the traditional bar chart, and if you decide to use the shortcut key Alt plus the number 1 on your keyboard, it will immediately show the data as bars in a linear format. Look closely, guys, because right now our chart is currently set in the candlestick mode here, right? When I manually switch over to the first option to view the line chart and then zoom in just a little bit more here, we can see the details much better. Every single candlestick features a distinct protrusion on its right side, another matching protrusion on its left side, and it also clearly forms a perfectly straight vertical line. You can see the distance that the price has moved during that time, and this protrusion on the left is the open price of this candlestick, and the protrusion on the right is the close price of this candlestick on the green bullish candlesticks. If you take a look, the open is lower on the left side, and the close is higher on the right side. On bearish candlesticks, it's the opposite. Why? Because the price opened at one point and closed lower at another point. So the protrusion on the left is higher, and the protrusion on the right, which corresponds to the candle's close, is lower. So when the protrusion on the left is lower and the protrusion on the right is higher, it means the open was lower and the close was higher. When the protrusion on the left is higher and the protrusion on the right is lower, it means the open was higher and the close was lower, which means it's a bearish candle or another one like it. We talked about its modes. With Alt+2, we can switch to candlestick mode, and in general, we prefer to view the charts as candlesticks, or in other words, to see the charts in the form of candles. This style, which originated with Japanese rice farmers, has a whole detailed philosophy behind it. They started using this method for their calculations, and now we decide to view our chart in candlestick form, or in other words, to see it as Japanese candlesticks. As I explained in the previous section, from the 4 features, open, close, high and low. As we know, for example, when we want to look at the price in a 1 minute time frame, if we look at the euro to dollar price, when it opens at a lower price and closes at a higher price, a bullish candlestick is formed for us. When the price opens higher and closes at a lower price, it means a bearish candlestick has formed for us. With the color scheme we had in our dark mode, we were able to see bullish candles in green and bearish candles in red. The next option we can use to display our chart is, for us, that's the line chart, meaning we see it as a line, right? So we had three options. The first option was the bar chart, the second was candlestick, and the third is the line chart, where we see everything as pure lines. In this mode, the system automatically connects from the close to the next open, from the open to the next close, and again from the close to the next open. It marks these points and connects them together with lines like musical notes. And here we basically see a line chart. Guys, notice that in the line chart and bar chart modes, we can't really have a high level of analytical power. In order to increase our analytical capability and all the factors that a candlestick provides, such as open, close, high, and low, all the price tools it gives us access to, we can use them by selecting the candlestick option. But as I said, we should also be aware of those other two options for our chart. There are two other options next to it. There are two magnifying glasses, one with a plus sign and one with a minus sign. These are for zooming in and zooming out on our chart. When we click on the magnifying glass with the minus sign, that's for zooming out. We use the left click to do this and can see the effect. It moves the chart further back for us. When we click on the magnifying glass with the plus sign, which is for zooming in, it starts bringing the chart closer to us. Let me mention a point here about the chart zoom level. From now on, you'll always view the chart with this zoom. To make things easier, we increase the chart zoom as much as possible, all the way to the last zoom option. When I zoom my chart in all the way to the maximum, the magnifying glass with the plus sign turns off, meaning I can't zoom in any further than this. Now we zoom out 3 steps, meaning we zoom out 3 times. Let's begin. Let's see together. We've zoomed in all the way. First step, second step, third step, 3 steps. Now my chart is zoomed out. This is the best zoom level where we can see really good data on the chart. I see a lot of people whose zoom is either so high that they have no idea where they are in the market, or their zoom is so low that they're stuck inside a single candlestick. What happens to them then? So it's important that we look at the market with a specific zoom level, one that gives us both suitable data and the ability to maneuver and analyze effectively. This is a little insider trick I'm sharing with you today, so we'll keep increasing the zoom until the end. We'll go 1, 2, maybe 3 steps. Actually, at this zoom level, we're going to monitor our trades together. The next option you see here is for arranging the windows. Sometimes we say, well, right now we've maximized the whole screen just to see the euro dollar. But if we need to, besides the euro dollar, to also see our gold chart at the same time, or if we want to view both charts simultaneously, what should we do? We click on this option. The charts that we had down here, no matter what they are, it brings them up here for us and displays them as we say. Okay, I want to remove the euro dollar chart that has a white background. Again, we click on this chart windows option and it matches these two for us. Of course, we can also do it manually when we come to these tabs. We can resize these charts as much as we want, making them bigger or smaller. Sometimes we might even want to remove this chart and bring the gold chart up here instead. As you can see, we can grab the chart from this corner and view it like this, or bring our XAUUSD chart and place it in this corner, reduce its height a bit, or grab the corner to make it bigger. We can move the chart down from the top, and from the top edge, we try to align our chart like this. So how our chart is displayed is completely up to us. Now, in a detailed session, we'll talk about how to do monitoring. Or as you've seen on every monitor, in many trading rooms, they have several charts displayed on each monitor. It's a common term we always use. They were able to duplicate the chart and place it on other monitors so they could view several monitors at once and see the charts they have on a larger screen. Well, again, this is a Windows click. I can click it to return it to its default state. And if, for example, I only need to see 10 global charts, I can use the maximize option for this same chart. All right, let's move forward.